Welcome. Welcome to the man's garden on this Sunday morning. Welcome to worship together in this more visual and creative way. So many in the congregation have talked in the past about holding outdoor services. Indeed, here in the garden would be ideal. Well, here I am, or at least here I am on my own worshipping, but hopefully together we feel we are making community. But the garden is perhaps where we ought to be when we tell our faith stories, for in some way that's where they all begin, in a garden. A garden of Eden at the dawn of time, but also a garden at the dawn of resurrection. Because this is where the story begins, and a Saviour who leaves footprints in the morning dew. But we don't remain here. Our story does not settle down. We do not become gardeners. And that same resurrection morning, two friends are on the road and are walking from Jerusalem to a village. But who knows where that village is, because there is no map that has ever shown it. It is a mysterious place, a mysterious encounter at a village called Emmaus. So let's hear that story of the walk to Emmaus in Luke's Gospel. Now on that same day, two of them were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem, and talking with each other about all these things that had happened. And while they were talking and discussing, Jesus himself came near and went with them. But their eyes were kept from recognising him. And he said to them, "What are you discussing with each other while you walk along?" They stood still, looking sad. And then one of them, whose name was Cleopas, answered him, "Are you the only stranger in Jerusalem who does not know the things that have taken place there in these days?" He asked them, "What things?" They replied, "The things about Jesus of Nazareth, who was a prophet, mighty in deed and word before God and all the people, and how our chief priests and leaders handed him over to be condemned to death and crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one to redeem Israel. Yes, and besides all this, it is now the 3rd day since these things took place. Moreover, some women from our group astounded us. They were at the tomb early this morning, and when they did not find his body there, they came back and told us that they had indeed seen a vision of angels who said that he was alive. Some of those who were with us at the tomb found just as the woman had said, but they did not see him." And then he said to them, "Oh, how foolish you are, and how slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have declared. Was it not necessary that the Messiah should suffer these things and then enter his glory?" And then, beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he interpreted to them the things about himself in the scriptures. And as they came near the village to which they were going, he walked ahead as if he were going on. But they urged him strongly, saying, "Stay with us, because it's almost evening, and the day is now nearly over." So he went in to stay with them. When he was at the table with them, he took bread, he blessed it and broke it, and gave it to them. And then their eyes were opened, and they recognised him, and he vanished from their sight. They said to each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us while he was talking to us on the road, while he was opening the scriptures to us?" So that very same hour they got up and returned to Jerusalem, and they found the 11 and their companions gathered together. They were saying, "The Lord has risen indeed, and he's appeared to Simon." Then they told what had happened on the road, and how he had been made known to them in the breaking of bread. Let's sing. Now thank we all our God.